This is one of our most insane stories yet. People are using CT scanners to scan boxes of high-end sports cards to see what patch cards are inside. What does this mean for the sports card hobby? We're going to debate now. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another episode of Cards on the Table. And Doug and Teapot, another week, another scandal in the sports card industry. There's been so many of these recently. A couple of weeks ago, we had a fake PMG card graded by Beckett. Last week, we had $2 million worth of cards stolen from the Dallas Card Show. And by the way, I know everybody's asking, unfortunately, there's no major update on that right now for us to share. They haven't found the guys yet. I hope they do. But now this week, there's this story going around. Actually, not just a story, there's video evidence of using a CT scanner, a medical device, kind of like an X-ray or an MRI machine, a CT scanner, loading boxes of Flawless into the CT scanner, scanning it. And if you watch this video, which is on social media, you can actually see the patches of the cards inside the box. You can make out that one of these boxes of Flawless has a Logo Man patch. You can see it on this CT scanner, guys. This opens all kinds of questions up. I know Teapot, in the past, you have theorized that maybe certain breakers get loaded boxes. Maybe they can even sometimes call their shot. Was it possible that they could just have a CT scanner in the back room? Maybe that, I don't know. I don't know, but this is wild, wild stuff. I first found out about this by watching Neo Sports Cards, Northeast Ohio Sports Cards YouTube channel. He brought this story to light a few days ago. It was actually from a social post a couple of weeks ago on Instagram from a overseas account, an Asian account, DTA00000 on Instagram, posted the video of this being done and said that people are doing this. Now, of course, we don't know who's doing it. We have no evidence or idea if this has ever been actually used by a breaker or anything of that nature, but the very fact that they showed it could be done on this video, and they were doing it with boxes of Flawless, and you could clearly see the Logo Man, it introduces a lot of questions. Now, you can't see the names on the cards, but you can see the patches, and in some cases make out what the patches look like. Teapot, what is your reaction to all of this, and can the sports card world even handle another scandal right now?
Well, this doesn't impact me too much because I'm not buying into many Flawless or, big boxes like this. But crooks are going to crook. This is another thing that absolutely stinks. It just stinks. I don't really know how we put an end to some of this stuff. I think the best we can do is like action reaction, right? Where as this stuff comes to light, then the manufacturers or the grading companies or whomever is involved have to look at that and now take countermeasures to try to prevent it. There's got to be a way to put an insert into Flawless boxes that blocks it somehow. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe there's some way that if
like
you
an iron box, put the cards in an iron box that doesn't allow
CT works differently than an MRI, which is magnetic, so you can't do that. And but I don't know, maybe there's a way to have it fry a CT machine if it goes through and just destroy it and have them waste their money. I don't know, but I don't think right now this impacts any products or types of cards outside of the patch ones, because it has to do with the layers. What I understand is there are layers, and they can detect it and they can see it, but those are literally the biggest cards in the universe. Those Logo Man cards are the biggest ones. Even if you hit a no-name Logo Man, it's still several $100s, $1,000 some dollars, right? So this stinks. For people who want to, this is big money type stuff. Now you have to question, if I'm buying in with this breaker and maybe they're not hitting anything, and these three are. It just raises some eyebrows, like you said. In the past, it's been a little bit sketchy.
Yeah, and the use of it, you would have to have somebody who's got a lot of boxes, and then they're running them all through to try to figure out the boxes that maybe have the NFL Shield logos or the Logo Mans, and maybe they're keeping those for themselves and selling off the rest of the boxes, or giving those particular boxes to their favorite breaker and have some type of backhanded deal with them. Hopefully that's not actually happening. Hopefully the folks who actually have that many boxes, there's not many people, companies, breakers that actually get enough allocation where they could probably use this effectively, but there are some. You would hope those some are legitimate, trustworthy companies aren't going to do anything like this. I know, for example, David Adams recently posted that they got 135 boxes of, I think, the most recent Flawless product. 135 cases or boxes, I'm not sure which. But either way, that's a lot. So there are some companies out there. Now, David Adams, they're very trustworthy. They're not going to be doing this, but who knows? I don't know. What do you think, Doug? Is this a big problem, or is this kind of much ado about nothing here?
I don't think it's a big problem, but also I don't know anything about CT scanners and how this would all really work practically. All my education so far has come from reading the comments on Neo's video on YouTube. So reading those comments, I've seen some people suggest that this can actually be achieved for a couple $100, $300, something like that, locally, if you have the right resources available.
What seems to be wrong, sir? My briefcase is sick.
Right.
So my biggest takeaway from this as of now is that I think I've been ripped off personally.
Okay.
I had a kidney stone earlier this year. I had a CT scan. They charged me thousands.
Yeah.
You're telling me I could have done this for a few $100?
Apparently $300. Just go down to your local vet clinic or
vet clinic.
Yeah, maybe.
That's, I don't know. They got CT scanners.
Next time I have a kidney stone, I'm going to bring a few boxes of Flawless with me. See if we can't, pay off those.
It would at least help offset the cost.
That's
of
what I'm
the,
saying.
Of
That's
the
all.
multi-thousand
That's all I'm
dollar.
trying to accomplish.
I mean, in that case, right?
Yeah. Ultimately, I hope this isn't something that can be used in a more widespread instance. It seems like it may only be applicable to something like Flawless with one card. The card separated, or maybe like a Panini one. And hopefully a lot of people don't have access to this kind of thing or want access to this kind of thing. I'm optimistic that this isn't going to be a huge problem. I almost wish it would have never become public so this idea didn't get planted in people's heads.
Next, we're going to find out that Prism Black Finites gave off some sonar resonance with an ultrasound, and they're, why is this jelly on the outside of this box?
Right. People are going to be walking around the National with these,
metal
those
detectors
radiation detectors
gold
to see
vinyls.
what boxes are.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds crazy, but guys, there's so much money at stake in this industry now, and that's what is leading to all of this, all of these problems, all the things we've had over the last couple of weeks. $2 million worth of cards stolen last week. Fake PMG card in Slab the week before. $23,000 fake card sold. Every week now, it seems like there's something like this, and it's because the industry is so big and so valuable and so much money is at stake. The keeping up with the crime and all this has got to keep up with it. And I hope the manufacturers are taking this seriously, and I hope they learn from stories like this, and I do hope they put countermeasures in place.
Security has to be tight at the printing company.
Yeah.
Because I worry about people, it sounds crazy, but I worry about people putting some kind of a little detectable Easter egg into cards that's like not part of the design that you could scan somehow, that something would beep or something, who knows. Like,
well, we even had the controversy, a year or two ago about the Crown Royale boxes that Panini was putting out that you could tell based on the box which ones had kabooms inside.
Little RFID chip inside the card or something. I mean, I hope not. I hope not.
All right. Fanatics, Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, Leaf. Let's try to work to make some of this stuff right, man, because I don't know that the sports card world can handle any more of this. We just wanted to be fair. We just wanted to be fair. We want to open up boxes, guys, and just have it be fair. Fair for all. Enter into a break. Know that it's fair. Just fairness. That's what we need, more fairness.
Fair.
All right, I know we ran over a little bit of time on that topic, but man, what a topic it is. What is a happier note is last week I introduced you to our new sponsor, Arena Club, for this show, and I told you about these crazy Ruby slab packs. They were dropping a lot of slab packs last Friday, and we talked on the show, Doug, about how they had a gold Luka Kaboom. They had a really high-end Shohei Ohtani card. Those were hit like pretty much right away after they dropped, which was awesome. People got those cards. Well, guess what? They're back at it again this week. This Friday, they're going to have another drop of these slab packs. They're going to have all kinds of high-end cards. Very transparent, this whole system. Download the Arena Club app. They've got a new app out right now, the brand new Arena Club app. And here's something special we didn't have last week. If you use promo code SCI, you're going to get 10% off your first purchase. Grab one of those new slab packs when they drop at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Promo code SCI for 10% off your purchase. You ready for that, Doug?
I'm ready for that. But another thing, if you're not really into the slab packs, auctions are starting on their website.
They've
never had auctions before, so they're debuting auctions like now.
There you go. We appreciate it. Thank you, Arena Club. Appreciate them sponsoring the show, and definitely check them out. All right, guys, let's jump into our next topic. This last week, Teapot, you've on the Market Movers channel, the separate YouTube channel, Market Movers. You've changed to do some more educational content this last few weeks. I really like it. It's great educational content, getting really good feedback. A lot of people viewing this content. This last week's video you did was the easiest way to price rare cards. And that's always something that stumps people. Everybody out there is like, well, I got this 1-of-1 card, or I got this card that hasn't ever sold before, brand new out of a pack. How do I price it? You gave some good tips for that.
Yeah. Pricing 1-of-1s in particular, or just cards with no comps or no comps in the last year or more, it can be really difficult. There's a lot of different ways you can try to sort of triangulate to get to those. You find a similar card of the same player. You find the same card in a similar player. That type of thing. It can be really useful. Ultimately, this is really important. Is those cards come down to, like, the best way to determine is open auction and just see.
Sure.
And you want to get as many eyes on those cards as you can. If you find the right collector, those cards can go for significantly more. The strategy in a shop like Cards HQ, or even if you post online, a lot of times you want to start them out higher than what you think they might go for, because somebody might just have to have that card. So I kind of, talk through that process, discuss. I even put myself out there a little bit and looked at 2 items that were on 2 1-of-1s on auction on eBay, and took a stab at trying to see what I thought they would end at based on other comps. One of them I was off, the other one I was pretty close. But that's, at the end of the day, the negotiation piece, I think, is important to have the data. It doesn't mean that's for sure what it is, but if you're buying a 1-of-1, it comes down to what are you willing to pay for it, because there's no other ones out there. So where's your price threshold, and just be comfortable with that.
I'm going to be doing this exact dance 100 times next week at the National. People are going to come up, they're going to want to do trades with me, they're going to want to sell me a card, or there's going to be a card at a dealer's booth that I'm going to be interested in. And then we're going to get into the conversation of what's the price, what's the value. And the card I'm looking at, or the card someone's going to trade me, inevitably is going to be some rare card, hasn't sold in 2 years, or has never sold, or it's a 1-of-1, or whatever it is. And it's going to be the crunching in the market movers and trying to figure out the prices and doing all this stuff.
You pulled me into a few of those last year. I remember that.
I did. I said, Teapot, I need your help with a couple of these last year. It's not easy. I wish it were easier. Doug, is this something that you have to deal with? Do you struggle with this?
2 things are true. This is possibly the hardest thing in the entire hobby, pricing 1-of-1s. And the other part that's true is that everyone who's ever owned a 1-of-1 has probably severely overvalued it at some point. People are very proud of their 1-of-1s, and they price them as such. But everything you said is accurate. I mean, there's a lot of different methods you can try. You can look at the same product year over year. You can look at the best rookie from class over class, but then you also have to adjust for how the market has changed year over year. There's so many different ways to approach this, and things can work in your favor. But ultimately, it can all be blown up if there's just a really serious collector out there. Someone who's chasing a grail card of a certain player, or they're trying to complete a rainbow. They may just throw all comps, or somewhat comps, out the window and just go for the card. Open auction, like you said, is really the only way to get a true value on it, but there's a lot of little tricks that you can do, and they're all in that video. Everything that you put in there, I completely agree with, and they're all things that I've used in the past to try my best to comp an uncompable card.
Yeah, it's tough, but it's one of those things with experience over time. Your guesses, your hunches, and the way you go about actually looking at the data gets better, gets stronger, all those types of things. That's a great video, guys. Go check out Teapot's video on the Market Movers YouTube channel if you want more information about pricing 1-of-1s. And I'm going to ask you, the audience, how do you price 1-of-1s? What's your favorite method to use? Let us know in the comments. Share that with other people in the community by giving us your tips down in the video comments below. Okay, real quick, wanted to remind you, the officially licensed Major League Baseball stands from Stand Up Displays are on sale only for a couple more weeks, $12.99. It's a $7 off discount taking place right now on cardshq.com. Go to cardshq.com to get those awesome card stands. Guys, let's jump into our first mailbag topic. And speaking of Major League Baseball, 2024 Topps Chrome Baseball just released yesterday. We've actually broken a ton of it in the store. We were breaking all day yesterday on Cards HQ Breaks and whatnot. We're continuing to break the product. There's a lot of reviews of this product, some positive, some negative. This is not, this product, I would say, has been met with some degree of skepticism. People not quite sure about it. Others have been pretty positive on it. But here's the things that I'm hearing, right? I'm hearing that the card design is great. People love the neon design, and it really kind of comes to life now on the Chrome cards with Topps Chrome Baseball. They've got some new short prints in there. That Helix short print looks really sharp. It's a really nicely designed case hit that's in this product, which is pretty cool. A lot of the inserts have been redesigned. The inserts look really good. They've done a good job upgrading the design of the inserts, of the case hits, all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of good rookie players to chase this year. At the same time, on the other end of the spectrum, it's a larger checklist. They expanded the checklist. I think 300 different players are in this product, and that means to some the checklist is getting watered down. You're going to end up with more cards of guys you don't like. They also increased the number of parallels in the product by close to 25% over prior year's releases, which is both good and bad. It gives you more of a chance of getting a hit, perhaps, but it also means there's a lot more parallels now, and maybe that devalues all parallels a little bit. And the price of these boxes is higher than they were before. Teapot, what do you think so far of 2024 Topps Chrome Baseball?
I'm not even going to say anything negative. I like a lot of what I'm seeing in the product. I know there's nuance around how much of it is printed, but they have to print to meet demand. People are buying into these breaks. People are buying the boxes to rip one themselves. Topps Chrome continues to grow in its mystique and its prestige amongst the hobby. And once we get basketball and football coming back fully into Topps Chrome, that's only going to continue to rise. And I think that can be a little bit frustrating for some baseball card collectors who they maybe were used to getting Topps Chrome boxes for $110, $130. It's obviously gone up from there. I would say I would continue to expect it to rise. I'm really excited about a lot of the inserts. The Helix do look cool. Now, they look like Select Visionary. Everybody's saying Color Blast, and they're not wrong, right. But it's Select Visionary with like the ribbon candy design in the background. He wrote it down that's what it looks like, mixed with Color Blast with the landscape. But you know what? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. It's a good-looking card design. We saw Home Field Advantage come out and basically copycat Downtowns, and I like the HFAs better personally than Downtowns. I absolutely love the Legend autos of Griffey and Sandy Koufax. Those look fantastic. They've got black refractors now that are back, serial numbered to 10. Those look awesome. That's an awesome chase. Used to be red and orange, 5 and 25. Now they've got the blacks that are back. The all etch and exposés look good. The rookie class is really solid. My only gripe, I guess I will say one negative thing, no Tarek Skubal. Tarek Skubal, the front runner for Cy Young in the AL, who was in Topps Series 1, isn't in the product, but Javier Baez is. Like, come on, Topps. Like, this is my PC. I was looking forward to some Skubals. He's not on the checklist.
I know, Doug, you have probably not been able to sleep all week.
Because of Skubal.
That being the case.
Yeah.
Screwball, whatever his name is.
Screwball.
What's your take on all this, Doug?
My biggest take is where are the packs? You usually.
Oh, I didn't bring any. They're too expensive. I can't bring you the packs.
Okay.
Every time we have a flagship release or a Chrome release, you usually let me rip some packs.
We're ripping so many right now on Cards HQ breaks.
He's saving them for us at the National.
I'm saving them for our actual customers
for the National
who are paying money.
Yeah.
Who are paying money to have their packs opened by
Fair
us.
point. Okay. So a lot of what you guys said, I agree with. Overall, I don't really mind that the checklist is a bit more watered down and that there's more parallels and that they're printing this like crazy. I don't really mind that because in the past, this has been the cheapest flagship hobby box chase of any of the major sports.
Yeah.
But now with the increase in box prices, that's what bugs me. If this was still $150 a box, I don't care about the other stuff because it's still somewhat affordable for people to actually rip a hobby box of a flagship product of one of the main sports, which is very rare. I can't do that with football or basketball. This would be the one opportunity where maybe I could, but now you've got the price jacked up with the print run going crazy. That's the one thing that bothers me, and you're 100% right about Visionary. Select Visionary from 2020 through 2022, that's exactly what this
Soccer
looks
and football,
like.
Yeah, I mean, those are all good points. Yeah, to me, so I come at this kind of like you do, Doug, from a little bit of a different angle, right? I historically have ripped more football and basketball than I have baseball. Now, I've gotten quite a bit more into baseball here over the last couple of years, and I've opened up some of these, I've opened up Topps Chrome already, opened up some boxes of it, but historically, I've ripped a lot more football and basketball. So if you're gonna compare Prism to Topps Chrome, which are kind of equivalents in the world of their respective sports, and then I see people complaining that Topps Chrome is costing a few $100s per box, $300 a box, as more than last year for for the jumbos or whatever.
There's been years where you could buy a case of Topps Chrome for the price of one Prism football hobby.
And I look at that, I'm like, wait. We're complaining about a few $100. Can I show you what 2023 Prism football is currently selling for? It's insanity. Yeah, Prism football, Prism basketball.
Optic Hobby Football, 2020. $1,400 a box.
Yes.
You're going to get racked on it too.
Even the new Optic football when it comes out is, I mean, the prices of football and basketball products that Panini are putting out are so incredibly expensive and insane that to me, all of the Topps products look like a comparative value. So I can't get that upset about it because I'm like, Topps Chrome is a cheap rip compared to all these Prism boxes that this is what my kids want to rip because, Reese wants to rip Prism football all the time. I'm like, heck no, I got to like take out a third mortgage on my damn house to buy Prism football. How about a box of Topps Chrome? To me, that is like fantastic. I'm saving money on that. So, it's all relative. I was encouraged, Topps just did a pre-sale of their new football product up on their website, and I was encouraged. That product was low $200, I think.
Yeah, $250 maybe.
Something like that.
For composite?
Yeah, the Topps composite, which is going to contain Topps Chrome and a bunch of other Topps brands in that product. So that's going to be coming out, I think, next month. And so I'm glad that one's not too crazy either. Right now, people will say, well, that's unlicensed, and, so I get, yes.
Yeah, but it's got big autos, CG Stroud.
It's got some big stuff.
Yes, and like the idea that I could buy a box of that and hand it to my son and pay $200 and something, and he's gonna like be thrilled to rip it because he can get CJ Stroud autos and Bryce Young autos and Will Levis autos, and versus bringing home a box of Prism to him that I just paid $1,400 for. Like, it's night and day. So to me, I'm all right with the price point. And I like the product. I think the product's good overall, and it's been popular. We've been breaking the heck out of it over on Cards HQ Breaks on whatnot. All right, guys. This is the last show before the National. This is the last time we're getting together here as a group. Next time we do this, we're going to be in Cleveland. It is right around the corner. We think and talk about the National all year long. Now we're on the eve of National Week. What are you most excited about? What are you most looking forward to? And is there anything you're looking to pick up there? Doug, I'm going to start with you.
Unfortunately, it's kind of the same story for me this year as most years. I'm not there for the cards. This is the one show where I almost never get a chance to really look at cards. My role with the company being partnerships, I'm talking to people constantly. I'm talking to brands, I'm talking to businesses, having meetings. So I'm not really on the show floor, just shopping, unfortunately. But that's also kind of the thing I also look forward to the most is the people. I get to see people at the National that maybe I only see that one time every year. So the people, definitely the biggest thing. People that watch our content, that's also really gratifying. That's the one show where we get to see people who say, hey, I watch Cards on the Table. I really love watching you guys. And, that's a big thing for us as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. The people are absolutely the highlight of the National. Teapot, when I walk into that show floor, even though I've been now to several Nationals, like, there's just a energy there, the scope of it, the people, the trade nights. Gosh, you walk into one of those trade nights and it is like, you just get this like, honestly, I get shivers. Like, it's like electric. It's just all of these people so passionate about one thing. Everybody in that entire room, thousands of people, have one thing in common. And that's that we love these little pieces of cardboard. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. What are you looking forward to, Teapot?
Yeah, trade nights have a buzz. It's like a beehive. They have a buzz. But first of all, like Doug, I leave with my batteries charged so much. I'm typically exhausted by the end of the week, as are all of us. Like we stay up late, we get up early. But I'm so recharged to go and keep working really hard on Market Movers and our products and our content because the feedback is so amazing. I love getting to meet our members. I love our member happy hour that we have on Fridays, which, by the way, if you sign up for Market Movers and then you're there, you're on the invite list, come to the happy hour.
Come rub elbows with the three of us over a couple of beers. That's your chance to do it.
It's a lot of fun.
Sign up for Market Movers.
It's a lot of fun. We're going to be running some promos and helping people comp cards. So I really enjoy that. And then for me, I've got some cards to bring to trade and maybe to sell. But a lot of stuff I'll be looking to trade and maybe get some more PC stuff. Tarek Skubal was hoping to get some Topps Chrome, but maybe some other cards.
Maybe he'll be there.
That would be awesome. Probably not. He's a pretty low-key guy. I'm actually going after the Jack Flaherty Rainbow Run from Series 2 Topps, so if anybody has the Platinum or the Clear, I'll be after that. Stadium Club stuff. And I still don't have a really nice Jared Goff Lions card. So I've got to get one of those. I've got to get like a color match Jared Goff blue Lions card.
It's kind of a requirement.
I'll be keeping my eyes out for those. So yeah, I mean, this year I'm going to be kind of just like keeping my eyes open, see what jumps out at me.
I guess I would also add to this that I'm looking forward to the content you guys are doing. Because I don't get to see a lot of this stuff at the show because I'm busy working, I see more of the cards watching your content than I do actually being at the show. So I'm looking forward to that.
There you go. And for those of you out there who are going to be at the National, come by the Sports Card Investor booth. I'll be doing trades Friday and Saturday. Teapot will be there the whole time. You might even see Doug as he's walking around the show floor as well.
Kids.
And we have the Card Kids Trade Zone. So if you are a youngster or if you have a youngster in your family, bring them by the Card Kids Trade Zone. It is within the Sports Card Investor booth. Kids can trade with each other. Also, Cards HQ has a separate dealer table set up where they will be buying cards nonstop. So if you have cards or collection, if you have a collection of cards or a collection to sell, bring it to the National, come by the Cards HQ booth. And as Doug said, if you're not going to be there, it's going to be awesome content. We're putting out videos every single day starting next Tuesday. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel, turn on your notifications, and get ready for the absolute best coverage there is of the National coming to you here on the Sports Card Investor channel. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. You guys ready to get packed for Cleveland this weekend?
That's right. Let's do it.
Let's do it. We appreciate you. Hope to see you there as well. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Take care.